Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm Mike, and today guys, I got some Western videos that I've collected, I've picked up in the last few months or so. I usually pick up stuff and I watch them first, and then I'll make a video of them on new stuff. Of course, older stuff I'll pull out and talk about. Of course, I've already seen it. So anyways, today, one of my favorite genres of all time, Westerns. I mean, if you asked me 20, 30 years ago that in the future you're going to love Westerns, you're going to love spaghetti Westerns, you're going to love, the Italian Westerns, you're going to love the classic Westerns of the U.S., I would have said, really? But back then I did like Westerns. I really did. I liked Westerns, but I wasn't like a big collector of Westerns. Nowadays it's like I research, I buy books, on spaghetti Westerns. I'm really, it's cool. It's a great time to be into spaghetti Westerns because some companies have really put out some good stuff over the past, 10 years or so and more. But companies like Arrow and Kino for sure. Warner Brothers have put out some good stuff, but I think Arrow is leading the pack with the flag. I think they're really pulling some really cool stuff out of their socks. But today I'm going to show you a couple of cool things. The first one I'm going to show you, this is a movie that it took me a while to find this. I've been looking for it for months. It was new, and I've seen all kinds of different copies of it. Obviously I've seen some bootleg copies, generic public domain ones. I've seen some that are only in, say, Italian language. It doesn't have an English audio dub or anything or subtitle, so it's like, man, I can't get that one. So I finally came across one, and it really was not a lot of money, and it's actually a very, very nice, I wouldn't say it's close to mint. It's a snapper case from back in the day, early to 1998, 97, 90. When they first came out, a lot of them were snapper cases. So this is a snapper case. It's in really good condition. Of course, Warner Brothers released a lot like this. Image Entertainment did. Now this one's released through Image, and the movie I'm talking about, it's called Vengeance. This is a spaghetti Western starring Richard Harrison. This was made in, when was this? 68. This came out on video in the year 2000. This is a movie directed by Antonio Margheriti, also known as Anthony Dawson, his pseudonym. But yeah, it's got Richard Harrison, it's got Claudio Camaso, Sheila Rosen, Freddie Unger, Alan Collins. Pretty cool. It's got a cool soundtrack by Carlo Savina, and it's a really cool movie. It kind of starts out, it starts out with this one scene. I don't know if this was originally cut or something, but he's got there's a series of horsemen, and there's like 5 or 6 of them, and each one has a rope tied around one of the guy's limbs. One on this arm, leg, stomach. I think one was on the neck, and they're all in a circle. And if the guy doesn't confess or say what they need to know, they're going to all take off in different directions and pull them apart. I mean, it's a horrible way to die, but the movie literally picks up just like that right there in that scene. So it starts off really like, whoa, you're into this story, wanting to know what's going on in it though. But there was a gold heist. There's this guy named Rocco. Oh gosh, what is this about? Okay, it was the biggest gold heist that the West had ever seen, but it didn't go as the gang planned. Now one of the thieves is dead, torn limb from limb, like I was saying, by a band of 5 desperados. His partner Rocco arrives too late, and the murderers are gone. And on 5 pieces of blood-stained rope, Rocco swears revenge Blazing a bloody trail, Rocco tracks the desperados and one by one returns each piece of rope to its owner, along with a hot lead and a shallow grave. That's right, he kills one of them and he throws a piece of the bloody stained rope onto the guy, or he throws it at him and they're like, what the hell, you know, and then he kills him. But a fateful clue leads Rocco to the last murderer, a deadly surprise, and a fight for his life. So this is a really cool movie. Richard Harrison was in a lot of good movies starting probably 64, 65. You see a lot of his movies throughout, you know, the late part of the 60s and stuff. But yeah, he's a very competent, very good actor. And this is a great movie. If you can find this edition, it's really good. I mean, as far as DVDs go, and you know, it being 21 years old, it still looks pretty good. So I recommend that. Vengeance. Next up, I picked up a series. There's about 4 movies. I think there's 4 official movies, or maybe 5 official movies. I'm not really sure. But I was, you know, I read up on this movie. Actually, it's a what do you call it? A franchise by this point. One movie came out, it was a big hit. They did another one. So there's this American guy named Tony Anthony, and he's wanting to break into music. He's trying to break into movies, and he has this ideal. Apparently, he's got some money because he kind of starts all this on his own. So he cooks up a plan to be something like a Clint Eastwood type, be kind of a stranger, kind of a, you know, doesn't say too much, you know, big on action, low on words, you know, and kind of similar to that. He has some really cool guns and stuff, I have to say. But the Warner Archive Collection has the first 3 movies of the Stranger series. This is called the Stranger Collection. It's on Warner Archive. It has a Stranger in Town, A Stranger Returns, and The Silent Strangler. Or The Silent Stranger, sorry. Strangler, what am I thinking about? But it's really cool. I mean, the 3rd one, The Silent Strangler, is kind of takes place, it has kind of an Asian theme, like some, God, I can't think if it was like samurai or in it and stuff, and I can't tell you exactly how that ended up. I don't think he was in Japan. I'd have to watch it again. But somehow or another, it's very samurai-ish, kind of Asian flavored, the 3rd one. The 2nd one's really good, and the 1st one's really good. And Warner Archive, I mean, this is a DVD, and the prints look really good. So I don't know if they've been cleaned up, restored, or something. It doesn't say it's been restored or anything, but they look really cleaned up to be a. I don't think this is a burned on. I don't believe these are the, you know, on-demand ones. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Tony Anthony, 3 movie set. And then there's another one, I think it's called Get Mean, and I think Blue Underground has a Blu-ray of that one, which I'll be checking. I'll show you that one in the future, guys. That was one I didn't have, and I'm getting ready to check that one out. And then I think there was another one, like 1981, there was something like a Western called Coming At Ya, and it was like a 3D movie, and he was in it. So I'm not really sure about that, if that was just a horrible movie. I don't think it's as good as these. But yeah, if you're trying to collect all the different, you know, franchises, I guess this would be a sub-genre of a genre. This would be the silent stranger type, kind of like Clint Eastwood, kind of like the Dollars trilogy. You know, you got The Stranger, you got the Leone movies, you got Zartana movies, stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a subgenre of a genre, the Stranger series. So I recommend you check those out because they really did look good. Okay, now to the good stuff, guys. One of my favorite spaghetti western actors is Franco Nero. I think he would be everybody's favorite spaghetti western star next to Clint Eastwood. Because if you watch Django, you're just gonna fall instantly in love with this movie. You're gonna love the director, the stars, the supporting cast of characters in this movie. The movie I'm talking about, of course, is the one and only Django. This is a Django steel case Arrow put out a few years ago. And I actually got this, I think, for my birthday. This was around the time it came out on 4K. I had just got this for my birthday, and then it was announced 4K released and everything. But it's basically the same thing. It's just not 4K. It has basically all the same extras. But it's a really cool, very cool case. This was going for a lot of money until the 4K came out. And of course it has Texas Adios in this. I already had Texas Adios, way before I got this edition. But yeah, it comes with a booklet. It's got, Django and Texas Adios in there. But yeah, it's a very nice steel case. I kind of keep a cover on it to keep it from getting kind of scratched and fingerprints and stuff on it. But it's really cool. Great artwork. It's very simple artwork. The back is really cool. It's got him pulling the coffin and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool. I think now you can get it because it was staying up in the higher amounts, especially if you looked on eBay back in the day, a few years ago, or even last year. I think this came up. It was really cheap. My wife got it for me. So. Great movie. If you've never seen Django, it's available all different ways. You can stream it, DVD, Blu-ray. You got the Steelbook. You got 4K. So there's a lot of choices to watch Django nowadays. But it is a movie that is so rewatchable. I mean, it's one of the great rewatchable spaghetti westerns. So there you go, guys. Django, the one and only Django movie. Next up, like I was saying, I already had Texas Adios. From Arrow. I had the Blu-ray release already before I got that edition that it came with. But yeah, this is Franco Nero again in Texas Adios. Of course, the other one, Django, Sergio Corbucci. I guess I didn't talk about Sergio Corbucci, the writer-director. And he would go on to make a lot of seminal classics of the spaghetti western genre. And of course he made a couple misses, couple ones that are not so great but are good, and then he made some just straight up classics, the Great Silence and stuff like that. But anyways, let's talk about Texas Adios. This was directed by who was it directed by? Oh yeah, Ferdinando Baldi. Who he also made Blind Man, another great spaghetti western that has Tony Anthony in it. So yeah, this is a great addition from Arrow. It's got a good amount of extras on here. It's really cool. I'm pretty sure I checked all those out. I may have not checked those out. I've had this for a while now. It's got dual artworks. You can switch it out and stuff like that. Of course, Arrow has some great stuff as always. So here's a movie you definitely need to get because you're going to really like Franco Nero if you don't know who he is. He's done a wide range of movies. He wasn't just a Western star. He did, all kinds of stuff. So there you go, Texas Adios. And finally, guys, this is another Arrow release and also another Franco Nero movie. And this was a movie when I first saw it, I had heard that it was, it wasn't that great. The music in it kind of sucked. I heard, different stuff about it, of course, and stuff. And I checked out a DVD copy I had of it, and it wasn't so great. It wasn't, it was average looking. And I watched it one night, and it was great. I thought I really dug it. It was really cool. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. But I really thought it was really great. I mean, the music at times is ridiculous. There's a woman like singing, and it just, I don't know if she can't sing or she's just singing some crazy lyrics. I don't know. But some parts of the music is memorable. Like the next day you're kind of humming it a little bit, like, you know, you're humming the music a little bit. So not all of it is bad. It's kind of a mixture. But it's unfortunate because the movie's really good, I think. I think it is a different movie in the Western, spaghetti Western genre. Of course, I'm talking about Kiyoma, a movie that came out in 1975 starring Franco Nero. This is a Arrow release. As usual, very, very good. And my dog really likes it too. He just barked. Also has reversible artwork on the case. This is Enzo Castellari directed this, who he's kind of channeling Sam Peckinpah and Sergio Leone in this movie, according to Arrow. But yeah, it's a great movie. It's got Woody Strode in it. It's got a cast of characters. It's strange. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain. It's like, it's not weird, but it's not typical. It's not typical at all. It's like you go into this world. It's almost like it takes place. It's like it's raining. It's windy. You see shadowy people, and it's almost like a bad dream in a way. It's kind of a cool movie to watch, you know, over and over. I mean, you can watch it over and over. I think. I mean, I kind of dug it actually. So this is the 2K restoration. It's got a lot of special features on this, as always. Arrow. It's got great interviews with Franco Nero in this, so it's a really good edition to get. There's a bunch of editions of this. I think even Blue Underground has a DVD edition of this out, and it looks really good too. It's a really good print. I don't know, they must have restored it or something back in the day, and they've been cutting some prints off of these companies. So, but I did see a really bad copy of it. So I think that's, unfortunately, I saw it the first time like that. But yeah, great looking disc. Really dig that movie. It's a little different. So there you go, guys. There's some movies by Franco Nero, some spaghetti westerns, and The Stranger Collection, and Vengeance. Some really cool westerns, spaghetti westerns. Now, when I say spaghetti westerns, I'm not, you know, saying that these movies are just some kind of, you know, these are really good. These are really good movies you can get into. You know, they're pretty solid movies, and, you know, everything. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making this video. I really like these videos. If you have any comments, let me know. What did you think about Kiyoma? I mean, after seeing it and hearing the music, I mean, do you think it made a big difference? Or, I mean, is it that bad, or is it just okay? I think it's just okay. I mean, at some points it's like I have to turn it down, but let me know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, and as always, try to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Check it out. I got a bunch of Western videos. I got a bunch of different stuff on all sorts of genres and actors. Talking about home video, talking about Blu-rays and DVDs and Laserdiscs, guys. So until next time, guys, I am Mike. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there, and take it easy one day and pop in a movie and relax. And I'll see you guys next time.